Well, RoosterTeeth has risen the prices of their esteemed first membership. You have 3 options now: a 1-month option, a 6-month option, and an annual 12-month option. But what are the customers? What are RoosterTeeth's customers, their community, thinking about these changes? Are they happy about it? Are they not happy about it? What are they saying? That's what we're going to take a look at in this video. I will see you in just a moment. All right, so what better way to start covering this than with the official post from RoosterTeeth right here? At the top reads, introducing first and new pricing. Hey, everyone. Today, we're excited to introduce a new tier of first with some amazing benefits our community has wanted for quite a while. Well, we'll see what the comments say about that one. This new annual tier is called First Plus. Let me redact my introduction of the title. It's actually introducing First Plus. My fault on that one. I didn't think the plus was a part of the title, but it actually was. Okay, anyways, continuing on from where we left off, it reads, and with it, you'll receive all the same great benefits of a 12-month first membership plus free domestic standard shipping, 50% off international shipping from within the RoosterTeeth store, a free copy of our new game Vicious Circle for Windows PC, a free copy of Vicious Circle Founders Pack, a unique First Plus star by your name, and more to come. First Plus will be available starting August 12th for $119.99 charged on a yearly basis. We'll have more fun and surprises for our First Plus members later down the road. So $112 a year, $10 a month, basically. In a previous journal post, I also announced that we will be increasing the price of First for our existing tiers on August 12th, 2019 at 12 p.m. Central, the following new rates will go into effect across all First membership plans. The new rates being monthly $5.99, 6 months $32.99, and annually $59.99. The annual plan will also include a free copy of Vicious Circle for Windows PC when you sign up or renew your membership at the new annual rate. So Vicious Circle, really quick, let me tell you about that a little bit. That is a game that RoosterTeeth has made, it looks like. It'll be out on Steam. I think we just said that August 13th. I'm looking at the Steam page right now. Now, it's interesting because on a channel on YouTube called Let's Play, don't know how affiliated they are with RT, if they're directly affiliated or partners or whatever, but a Let's Play channel on YouTube made a video with Vicious Circle gameplay. So it's interesting, right? It's interesting. Kind of hype the game up with some big channels and then try to get people to want it, I guess. And then, maybe they get it in their first membership. Maybe they get the higher first membership to get the game as opposed to just buying the game by default. That's clearly kind of the marketing strategy here, at least in my opinion. But let's continue on here. Let's see. So we left off at the very bottom. We can go to the next page now. The next page I have is the actual pricing tier picture for you guys to take a look at here. So pricing changes go live August 12th. I think that's like the 3rd time we've said that now. So there you go, guys. Pricing tier, 1 month. There you go. Increased $1, it looks like. 6 months went from $19.99 to $32.99. And 12 months went from $35.99 to $59.99. So technically, you're still getting a little price break if you sign up for 6 months or 12 months, as opposed to going month by month. But this is still a pretty big increase in price, and people don't seem too happy about it. But we'll get to the comments in a moment. I shouldn't spoil you. I'm sorry. You also have the First Plus option, which we already went over. So we're not gonna go over that again. We don't want to repeat ourselves. But we'll read the first benefits here on the side. Support the shows you love. Early access to all videos, live broadcast, exclusive content, chat with the community, no pre- or mid-roll ads, 5% discount at the RoosterTeeth store, early access to live event ticket sales, gold star by your profile name, and offline viewing in the app. So that's the benefits of the various tiers. And now let's see what the general reception is for all of this. I was actually mistaken. There is one more screenshot I have here from the official post. This is like the little disclaimer thing at the end. Not that important, but we'll run through it really quick. Really quick. It says, as always, if none of the options are interesting, there are still plenty of ways to support RT and be in the community. Speaking of the community, I want to give you a brief update on the community. A new site we've been working on. Some of you have been invited to the closed beta and have been helping immensely with development. They'll be opening the site to the public later in this year. And in the meantime, if you want to access the beta, fill out this form, link right there. If you have questions about pricing, new rates, etc., check the FAQ or contact the community support team. Thank you for making what we do possible. Okay, moving on. So let's see what the community is talking about. And by the way, guys, if you want to see everything the community is talking about. I'll leave a link to this post in the description. You can click that and scroll through it yourself. I just picked some of the most interesting ones, in my opinion, although I kind of skimmed through those as well. So kind of the first time I'm actually reading them here with you guys. Really briefly just skimmed through it, took screenshots, but let's get started here. So this one reads, going from $20 a year, grandfathered rate, to $60 a year just is crazy. At this point, having a first membership isn't worth it for me, as I usually end up watching everything when it is already public for all. Plus, there isn't much first content I care about since the post shows are a waste usually, and all the other shows can be binged in a month, if there is even any good content to watch at all. That's some big shade right there. So the person's saying, the extra stuff isn't really that useful to them, and already the early access isn't that useful to them either because they don't really watch it they don't really watch it while it's still early access. If I was able to sub to just Achievement Hunter and FH, forget what that one is, for $20 a year, and maybe like a podcast sub, then it may be worth it since all the other channels just go to waste for me. Unless I can get a friend to split the cost with me on a yearly, I may just cancel my membership and wait the week to watch the content. There really isn't much benefit anymore of having a first membership anymore. So it's interesting, right? Because we go back to like the post here, and they talk about these benefits to First Plus, but that's not First. Benefits for First back here. So, the benefits on the side right here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. First benefits. You get all that, but this person's saying that stuff isn't really useful for them. But let's see what other people are saying. Continuing on. So this one's a bit longer. Let's get right into it. One more thing, it says, but I don't believe this is from the previous poster. Like I said, when I took these screenshots, I really just skimmed through the posts and took a bunch of screenshots. I don't remember this being the same person. I might be mistaken, though. But also, given the way this person types, I can already see I think it's someone else. So let's just clarify that and continue. One more thing. I wonder about how the poor labor conditions of those working in the animation studio has influenced the thinking behind this rate increase. I am in strong support of the people employed at RT to be making a fair and competitive wage, and I can understand how this increase could provide the company with better revenue to improve those conditions. However, there are many ways to improve revenue, and a steep price jump for First and reintroduction of a premium version of First feels like that's displacing too much of the financial burden onto the loyal community and casual audience. Again, I am extremely supportive of the employees at RT. However, I think the audience has just as much of a right to voice their own needs and limitations, and I hope the overall negative tone of the feedback to this announcement is taken soberly. Well, I am sure they expected some negative feedback. It would be shocking if they didn't, but who knows? Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I'm not stating any facts. Just opinions, my opinions, and the opinions of the community here. That's what this is. I guess the only facts really stated are those from the posts that we read regarding the changes themselves. But the rest of this is all opinions. And that's interesting, though. I like seeing the opinions of the people in the community and how they are receptive to these changes. So let's kind of break this post apart a little bit. They start off mentioning that they totally understand that employees at RT need to make a fair and competitive wage. And then they have some criticism in the middle, implying that the price jump is too steep. And they put it in bold letters, too. It does seem like a steep price jump. Actually, why don't we do a little math? Hold up. I'm going to end the video. Let's do a little math really quick. Okay, here is what I came up with. The 1 month rate has increased by 20.04%. The 6 month rate has increased by 65.03%. And the 12 month rate has increased by 66.68%. So these are some huge increases. Now, the 20% increase for 1 month stands out, but keep in mind, if you're going 1 month, you're paying that 20% increase every month and compared to $4.99. So the 20% increase is not better than the 6 month and 12 month option because if you pay that 20% every month, you're going to end up more than 65 or 66%. But the lowest, if you go 12 month, if you go the 12 month option, you get the lowest price, and that's a 66.68% increase. So not hypothetically, I take that back. The lowest price, assuming that my math is correct, let me put it that way, is a 66.68% increase. And that's pretty dang huge. That's a huge, huge increase. People get upset with 20, 15, 10% increases on things. 66.68% increase on the low end is pretty steep. That's pretty steep. And then I have the actual comparison breakdown right here. So if you pay the 1 month option for 6 months, you're going to be paying $35.94 as opposed to the $32.99 option. And if you pay 12 months of the $5.99 rate, you'll end up at $71.88 as opposed to the $59.99 that the 12-month option gives you for that little price break. But again, on the low end, this is still a 66.68% price increase. And let's continue seeing what the people think about that. Another user writes, I think I've just been priced out at first from this. Was able to do warrant, little typo, a 6-month plan due to the bulk discount of the price. But if it's essentially the same as the monthly price plus the price increase, I can't really be doing that anymore. Sad face. Especially with the lack of new first content and such. I basically only use it for the for the win at this point. I guess that's a show they have or something. And then they write a quote. It says, no mid-roll ads is a funny joke too. Nice one, RT. I don't know what that's about, but it seems like the implication is even if you have first, you still get mid-roll ads? I don't know. I wouldn't know from experience there. Can't comment. Next post. So even though I have been a member for several years, I am getting screwed over by A, not being grandfathered, and B, having a price hike. Yeah, I already have Netflix and Hulu and Prime Sub, and they give better and more content than you do. Welcome to the maybe to torrent list. Ooh, oof. Next. As a person that has been grandfathered into the service for a long time now, I am very disappointed to see that you all are breaking your promise to never increase our rates. I can't confirm if that's true or not. This is just what the poster's writing. I haven't seen if they ever stated that they are going to never increase the price for people who are grandfathered. I don't know about that. Maybe it's true though. I cannot say that I use your service much anymore, but I do love RWBY. And the $15.99 every 6 months was worth it for that alone. I'm not sure I can say the same for $32.99. I have some thinking to do. And that is a good point. A lot of people only take first membership to watch RWBY. And that's a problem that RoosterTeeth has. And I can understand why they would not want that problem, right? Because they have all these other shows, but it seems like RoosterTeeth has a problem where on the RWBY season, they get an influx of first memberships, and then when the season's done, those people cancel. Maybe they hang around for a month because they forget to cancel, but they end up canceling. Now, I'm not saying they all do. I don't have the stats. But based off what I've seen, this is a reasonable theory that I've come up with. I think this is the case. I do think that they really struggle to keep people signed up to first membership, especially people who only sign up for RWBY. That is what they want to do. They want to convert these people who are only there from RWBY to enjoy their other content, their other shows, and stay a first member for that. So they also try giving those benefits. For example, you're not seeing what I'm seeing here. They give, the other benefits like the 5% discount at the store, stuff like that, little star by your name. So they try to give you a little bit more incentive to also stay, but not working out so well, it seems. I don't know for sure, though. Just some theories. All right, this next one. Yep, once my first subscription is up for the year, I am going back to YouTube. I don't know if it is the bad publicity that RoosterTeeth has gotten this year over its crunch levels on animators or any of the other stuff that has caused a need to increase ad reads on podcasts, even as first members and a first membership pay increase, or what it is, but it doesn't seem like it's worth keeping a first membership anymore. So this post is, it is formatted a little strangely, I'll be honest, but the takeaway is that this person doesn't even know if they're going to keep their first membership anymore. And they mentioned something interesting about increasing ad reads on podcasts. Now, I don't watch RT podcasts, I never have, so I can't really comment on this personally, but the implication here seems, at least, that they're stating that they have noticed an increase in ads on their podcast. I don't really know what that's all about. Interesting, though. At the top, it reads, been a member since 2013. I'm currently paying $15.99 per 6 months. As a graduate student, I can't afford an increase to $32.99. I love RoosterTeeth content, but I will switch to YouTube once my current first membership expires. The other day, I took a tally of my ongoing subscriptions, and the lay of the land is pricey. I find the timing of this increase to be really poor, especially when there is so much ongoing competition from other streaming services. I prioritize specific properties and where my dollars go. RWBY, Red vs. Blue, and Genlock are great properties, but advanced access to them isn't worth eating into my small budget, which has to be strategic. I still have some months until my current subscription of first expires. I'll await to see what happens, but unless you announce Day 5, Season 3, and adjust the pricing after the reasonable blowback from the community, oof, look at that. This is where my first membership ends. I'm not saying there cannot be an increase, but I think it's clear from the village that this is a spike and is generally unfavorable to the more recent members and longtime supporters. And I can totally empathize with this person. From the math I did, assuming again that was right, this is indeed a spike, and that might be putting it nicely. It's a huge increase. It is, on the caveat that I did my math right. And I keep emphasizing that point because I don't want to state misinformation. So I'm gonna keep emphasizing that. Look, do the math yourself. Might be a better idea. I'm pretty sure my math is right, but I'm not stating it's 100% right. So if you want to fact check it, by all means, I support that. So, it's definitely unfortunate. This person is a fan of RoosterTeeth, loves RoosterTeeth content to their own admittance, is a fan of RWBY, Red vs. Blue, and Genlock. And even then, it's not worth it in their opinion. Isn't worth eating into my small budget, which has to be strategic. And if you have to be strategic about your budget, one of your fixed expenses going up 66% or so, depending on which plan you go with, not very strategic, in my opinion. But let's move on. I think I have some more. So, oh boy. Yeah, this might be the last one. I remember one of the biggest posts I found was one of the last posts I found. So this might be it. Let's take a look. Starting at the top, it reads, oof. It's hard to argue with most points that people are making here, not going to lie. With the pain overtime, or rather lack of pain overtime, alleged lack of overtime, cancellation of other RTXs, that time Christina got laid off because of budget cuts, and now this. Are you guys RoosterTeeth strapped for cash or something? Because if you are, I honestly would prefer if you would take a step back. You don't need 15 animated shows, a game division, a music channel, 7 to 8 other channels, a playthrough by 2 world-renowned VA, and who knows what else you have. Because I sure as heck can't keep track of it. Make another simple walk into Mortar-like show. 2 round-trip tickets, 2 paychecks, and a camera. Bring back a vlog. Barbara only did like 5. 1 paycheck for the personality and 1 for the editor. Oh, and a camera. But Bernie has one already, right? Audio podcast, whatever happened to the bungalow audio podcast? You can't tell me these are too expensive to make. Look these podcasts up. Hello Internet, Weekly Planet Podcast, and Suggestible. Not everything has to be recorded with a camera. Quick, easy, and relatively cheap content, that would be perfect for first membership only. Make a movie, audio podcast for instance, who knows? If that becomes a success, then maybe you can warrant making a video podcast. Stop creating new shows that need 5+ on-screen personalities in a new set, and a crew of like 10 to 15 to record the show. I'm due for a renewal in Feb, so I have some time to think about whether or not I'm going to renew. The number one reason I have is to be rid of ads. But even those I can't escape. Ooh, interesting. So that corroborates what the other user was saying about the mid-roll ads. Interesting. Because they're still in the podcast and live streams. Oh boy, wow. Other than the podcast, or other than the post show, and last call, very rarely the live show and the first only shows. As far as I'm concerned, this means I'm expected to pay $6 per month for less ads, 30 to 40 minutes of extra content per week, and maybe a show here and there. I think that for the price increase, we should at least get a guarantee that something will be done about the complaints about the ads, and/or get a view into why the increase would be worth it. P.S. Receive a free copy of Vicious Circle. Whoa, this is worthless. Doesn't care about the game at all. Doesn't care about Vicious Circle at all. I think this user makes some very fair points. I'm just going to keep going back to the math. Again, if it's right, what do we get? 66%, right? Hold up. Yeah, 66.68% on the low end. And a little further clarification there, if you go with the 6-month option as opposed to 6 1-month options, you save $295. And if you go with the 12-month option as opposed to buying 12 1-month options, you save $11.89. Again, caveat being if I did my math correctly. So that's that. And that's really about it for this one, guys. Again, if you'd like to look at more examples of the community's feedback, I'll link the post in the description so you can take a look yourself. But let me know your thoughts on all of this. Do you think the price increase was too steep? Do you think it's fine? Justified, not justified, worth it or not? Let me know in the comments below all your thoughts on that. And I have some shout outs for the people who were so wonderfully kind as to promote my last video on Twitter. My system is actually still down. It doesn't tell me anymore. Hopefully they fix that. So what I had to do is I had to go on Twitter and type in HeroHei, and because the video says takes in the title, I just also searched takes. And I think I have everyone here, but if not, I apologize. That's why I missed you. I'm sorry. But shouts out to Joshua Boston, Review Shy Guy, Anime Tony, Mr. Anime 343, Rose of Night 96. Thank you, my friends, for your support. I truly appreciate it. You're all welcome to join the Discord server if you'd like. Link in the description. We'd love to see you there, open to the public. And if you would like to do a bit extra to support this channel, consider becoming a sponsor on Patreon, link below, or checking out the Teespring store for some merch. Some of that goes back my way, so that also supports, and you get some merch. Patreon, you get some perks. Either way, you get some cool stuff out of it, and I will see you next time.